and what exactly the difference between the data pipeline versus ETL. So in general, we have to know this knowledge, like what is data pipelining when we want to work in real time. Okay, so if you have a clear picture, it is well and good. If not, no need to worry. I will try to explain. Then you may get a clarity on that. Yes, my voice is clear, right? I'm going to share my screen. Anyone can unmute and you can say.
Yes, Naresh, it's clear. Yeah.
Hope you are able to see my screen.
Yes, Naresh.
All right. So if you are going to attend any interview as an experienced guy, definitely they will try to ask you questions from this part. So for them, this may be very good, I can say, and this will give some idea for them. Uh, right? Okay. See, data pipelining is a common concept. Okay. I'm not saying it belongs to big data, it belongs to machine learning, and it belongs to cloud. No. So it's a common topic or common word I can say. Uh, See, in general, right, we have two types of data, projects in real world. So, as you know, the number one is batch data processing, and number two is stream data processing. That is real time data processing. Okay. So, any project you take, almost all categories of those projects will fall under these two categories. Okay. So if you have a knowledge on this tool, then I think it's enough. Uh, it's sufficient, I can say. And but when you join any company, if you haven't joined, then if you get any project, the project would be related to either one or two. That means either it is in batch oriented project, batch data processing oriented project, or stream data processing oriented project. So either way, you have to have a knowledge on the tools. If you have a let's say this project one, if you get the project one on the batch data, then you have to have the knowledge on the few technologies I mentioned here. Okay, and I want to tell you one more thing that whatever the tools that I mentioned, these are not final and it's not limited, I can say. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I just brought some of the tools that generally used for our data processing and in our real-time projects. So I want to explain the same for better understanding. That is the reason I brought here. Okay, and let me go through in a data pipeline. In data pipeline stage, right? Like in this whole architecture, you can say you can understand like this, like from the source to target. What is happening? Okay, so how data is moving from one stage to another stage. Okay, or one system to another system. Okay, so that dot internal architecture we can say data pipeline part. Okay, and once you create this data pipeline and place it in a system, then this will automatically execute every interval like whatever you have designed. Okay, by using the schedulers. Okay, so in general, in real-time projects, the most of these tools will be we will use in our projects. So please make a note and try to concentrate what I'm saying, and I will try to tell you the importance of the each tool. I can say, then you come to know why we should use these tools under the data processing, and why we should use these tools under stream data processing. Okay, so uh, in first part of the data pipeline, we can say data source. Okay, the data source here is let us say in data source, right? Let's assume the first case, let data. You might got some overview what I'm going to cover in this topic. Correct? Anybody?
Yes,
Yes, Naresh. Yeah.
All right. All right. So the data pipeline part, right? First of all, we'll explore in a how a data, batch data process in real time. Okay. So, the pictures that I mentioned here are the software that we generally use in our project. Coming to the batch data, right? So I just taken a two example, like when we retrieve our data, when we collect our data from Argil or SAP HANA. Okay, just assume this is a structured data when we are processing it. Okay, so now these tools, these database tools, whatever we are, exploring, like Oracle database or SAP or any MySQL, any other database, okay, or Teradata, you can assume. But I just mentioned there are only two tools. We have a source data in these tools, in these databases. We need to bring those data to our data warehouse or to our target system. That is our scope. That is our target. We can say that is our project. Okay. Now to get the details right, the data right, we have to use the data processing tools, right? And in data processing, we can say we can use either Informatica Power Center or Scoop or Flu, or we can use Spark Streaming, or we can use Talent also. Okay, these and all comes under, we can say, ETL tools. Okay, so by using these tools, we generally process our data. Okay, data is nothing but from source. We will connect to the source and then we will process it in a different layers. Again, if you want to know what may be the layers, then you just go through my previous videos, which was uploaded in a YouTube channel. You come to know what type of data will be processed in that data processing layer. Okay, so here I'm just giving you an overview what is data pipelining. Okay, so in batch data processing, right? Batch data is, the meaning of the batch data is we are processing the data in a batch files. That is called, batch data processing, right? And you can say this may be the intervals like 1 hour or 6 hours. This is based on the project requirement. We schedule our jobs. Okay, some jobs will run 24 hours, or we can say 24 hours for one time, and some jobs will run every month one time, and some jobs will run quarter, or some jobs will run 6 months once. So it's completely based on the project requirement. Okay, project design, we can say. But the it won't be continuous. Okay, it won't be continued. Like you can say, if if it is a continue, definitely we can call it as a stream, right? So it's not a continuous data processing. That is the reason it falls under batch data processing. Okay, so generally we use these tools to in data batch data processing. And I also nowadays the data warehouse. In data warehouse, right? Like once we process somewhere, we have to load it, or right, somewhere we have to load that output. So where we will load that output means we can load that output by using Hive tables. Okay, in a Hive tables, we can say what is the backend? It is the HDFS again, Hadoop only, right? And that is one. And we have a Oracle data warehouse is there, and Snowflake. We can process and we can store the data in Snowflake. In Snowflake is again backend is like cloud only. Okay, either Azure or GCP or AWS. So to all the data will be stored in the backend. Backend is system only. Okay, Snowflake will leverage the cloud services to store their data, and also it leverages the cloud services for we can say compute the data. Okay, so those who are having a Snowflake knowledge, they might understand, and then even if you don't have, no need to worry. But you can say, I just walked into this data warehousing block. All these, we can say 4 tools. Okay, there may be many, but these are the general tools that we are using in big data domain, I can say. And Amazon Redshift. Okay, you people might heard Amazon Redshift is also comes under data warehousing. Okay, so these kind of data warehousing we will use to store the final outcome of the data, and from here what will happen, the data visualization is optional. Okay, the company to company or project to project it will vary. So generally we use data visualization for reporting purpose. Okay, or data visualization is nothing but a to analyze the data, right? So on this, right, on this data, machine learning algorithms, like whoever is a data scientist, they want to analyze the data, or they want to analyze the data by using these visualization tools. Okay, so in that case, this data will be go to the visualization tools, or we may have to create some views on top of it to to give the downstream applications processing. Okay, so again, this data may go to the machine learning algorithmists or AI, and to do further processing. Okay, to do further analysis, or to make some algorithms on top of it. Okay, so but in general, right, that is not in our scope. If we are working for a data engineer, we no need to do that level. But see, up to this level, we have to do, like up to data warehousing part. Okay, we have to do. And data visualization, anyway, definitely there might be other teams you no need to do as a big data developer, but if you have a knowledge, then it is good. Okay, but this is not the mandatory for data engineering guys, right? So I will come to this data streaming a little later, but I just want to give a first knowledge on this data, batch data processing, how it generally happen in real time, and what maybe the tools that we generally use. Okay, again, scheduler. Okay, these are all tools, but these are not schedulers, right? Somebody should have the knowledge, or somebody should have the software to run these jobs, right? Or in a regular intervals based on our requirement. So in market, right, in at present, I can say Airflow is the best, and many people are using, and then Uzi and Redwood, and yeah, I think other tools also there. I think Askaban and something. I'm not sure about it, but these are the general tools that we are using in our big data projects. Okay, and yeah, guys, before moving to the data streaming, related information topic, is there any doubts, any clarity you are missing, or do you have any queries? Can you please ask me? I will. I'm open for to answer it. Any questions, and first off, regarding the batch data processing? Anybody?
So,
Yeah, Naresh.
Naresh,
Hello.
Yeah, one by one. No problem. One by one.
Naresh, coming to batch processing, right? Whether is it related to the incremental like we will do using Scoop, or is it different?
Incremental data is also comes under batch processing, right? So we cannot say that every job is having incremental data. No, some jobs are fresh loads. We can say full loads. Okay,
Okay.
we'll erase the existing data and load the fresh data. That is called the full load. And if we still need the existing data, then again we want to load it. That is called incremental data or delta load. Okay, both are comes under batch data processing only, right?
So even if it is full load or incremental load, those things comes under batch.
Correct. Correct. Yeah.
So any specific time period, Naresh, any standards,
Generally,
this
PST standards, all the, as of now, I've been working several projects like till now. Yeah, wherever you go, definitely people, I think majority people, many projects are from US, right? US or UK. So there we generally use PDD or PST time. That is, US time. Yeah.
Yeah, Naresh, I have few questions regarding this data pipeline.
Okay.
Will industry prefer Oracle or MySQL for data batch data sources? Because Oracle is a little bit heavy, whereas coming to MySQL and all, they're a little bit light.
See, I'm telling you, where you are using Oracle here, data processing, you're not using, right? It's only
No,
data warehouse and data storage, right?
yeah, but in the sense that if scenario is a little bit different comparing to MySQL and lightweight like SQL Lite and all.
Okay.
For batch or anything else, mostly SQL will prefer MySQL is preferred or SQLite, but Oracle also will they prefer? I'm asking just.
In real time, right? The many people are using Oracle, okay, than the MySQL.
Okay.
MySQL might be using, but I know as per my knowledge, majority people are using Oracle for the like Oracle means is completely based on the require. I mean use case. Okay, your data is already there in Oracle, then we have to connect to Oracle, right? So we have no other option. If our data is there in MySQL, we have to connect to MySQL. Here, connecting is different, using is different. We are not using Oracle there. Okay, we may use Oracle to validate the data, whether whatever the data which is present inside this whole system or is coming or not into our target system. That kind of check we may do it, but again that is not our scope. Okay, so our scope is to connect to source system and get it the data, and we have to validate versus source and target. So that is our objective. But we see, even let us say I'm a big data developer, but Oracle knowledge is not must and should. Okay, not must and should, because here though we are taking data from Oracle, but I can write a scoop job or I can write a talent job or Informatica. I will connect to the Oracle and try to pull it. Okay, what I want to need is only Oracle password and username, right? And database access.
Okay.
So these kind of tools anyway the people will provide us. Okay, admin will provide us. Then what else we require? We no need to touch Oracle.
Okay. And one more question is, what is actually the ETL data pipeline?
Whatever I just now explained, you can consider that is ETL. Okay, but
Okay.
ETL is a part of data pipeline. Okay, right? Pipeline
Okay.
is a huge word or a big word or a common word. But ETL is a part of data pipeline. Okay.
Will it be possible to connect with respect to NiFi, ETL pipelining and all?
See, I didn't use NiFi.
Okay.
uh,
Power BI or else Pentaho, PDI?
See, Power BI. See, I already showing here. Okay, where we use
Yeah,
Power
data
BI,
visualization.
visualization tools, Tableau, Power BI are visualization tools. Okay.
But
Anyway,
can we use it as a ETL also for
no,
pulling up the
no,
data?
no. That's what. As a,
Pentaho,
I don't know actually. I'm sorry for that. Okay.
can you give an example of the ETL pipelines through which we can create it? The tools like other than Power BI, Pentaho, and what the industry is mostly for ETL purpose.
Do you know what is the use of Power BI or Tableau or Pentago, whatever you're saying? Those are
No, most,
reporting and visualization tools, right? You cannot say those
yeah.
are ETL tools. Okay, like ETL means we have so many tools that are involving. Like when you see my screen, many tools are involving. We have to choose as per our as per our based on our data or based on architecture. We have to use our tools and process it. But all these are comes under ETL only, right? ETL is a common word. We can say to achieve that ETL, then we have to use these tools to to process our data.
Okay.
But what you are saying is those are visualization tools, maybe part of ETL, but we cannot say only those tools directly we can call it as ETL. No.
Okay. And what about the creation of metadata?
Metadata, where you want to create metadata, like
Again, in project wise, with
let us
respect
say
to
you are
metadata.
using Hive. Generally, when we create a table, where
Yeah.
Hive will where Hive will store metadata, in Oracle or in MySQL. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if it is
Can
Snowflake,
you
right? If
give
it
one
is Snowflake,
example of
again
what is?
Snowflake automatically Snowflake will create. Okay, it won't depend on other system.
Okay. But can you have an example of this creation of data pipeline with respect to
Like
ETL or metadata?
what type of example you are just expecting? Like tell me, because
I
I'm just
mean,
saying. Yeah.
batch or stream, anyone, if we
Let me tell you.
prefer.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. There is a supermarket. Okay. There
Okay.
is a supermarket, and every day after 12, like day starts from 12 a.m. to again 11:59. We can say p.m. Okay, right?
Mm.
So they won't run these jobs, but they will run after 12 noon or 12 a.m. Okay, let us say today after completing yesterday's data, then our jobs will run in the early morning. Let us say 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. or 5 a.m. Okay, it will pull our previous date data, right? What are the they are using backend Oracle database. Just assume like that. They are storing all the data, whatever the transaction is happening at that day, at that moment, and all those transactions will be stored in database. Okay, now what your duty is, higher level management, they may not know, right? They won't have that much technical capacity to write a query and to get the data. If they want to see how much they got income for the particular day, or how many units got sold out, and what is the maximum, and how many are left and how many are still are in a stock. So if they wanted that kind of data, then they cannot do by writing a queries, because they don't know. They are not a technical guys, right? Now they approached you, and you want to build a system where they just want to do by just they want to see in a graphical user interface, like Tableau or Power BI. Okay, like how many customers visited today, how many got brought the this equipments. Okay, and all this data they want to see in a numbers, or they want to see in a graph. Then you have to build that pipeline, right? Then what you will propose, let us assume you are taking sources data Oracle, and then batch data processing. For processing, you might using like Talent or a Scoop also, right? Or Informatica. Since these are the structured data, you can go with Scoop or Informatica or Talent. Let us assume I'm using Scoop. Okay, what I will do, I will connect it to Oracle, and then I will take all the data and I will store into HDFS. Okay, in HDFS one path. On top of it, HDFS, right? The data came, and then we need to do some, as it is a raw, that is raw data, right? They don't know, right? What is the sum of the total product? Because that kind of aggregations we have to do by using those data, and then that output we have to load into Hive table. Okay, and Hive table, and then from Hive table you cannot give that direct access to the Hive tables to data visualization to team. Those are the downstream applications, we can say, because if they do some changes, then there may be some issue. Then what we will do, we generally create some views. Okay, we generally create some views, then give the access to them. What they will do, they will use those views, and they will develop some visualization out of it. Okay, then that visualization will be accessed by management. Okay, I can say client, right? Client simply open that visualization tools, and they will check, okay, what is the today's income, and what is the how many units got sold, how many are left, how many are in stock, all this kind of information, they will see in a graphical user interface. Okay, so this is the pipeline that you have created as a technical person when they approach you, right? Now you have deployed your project by using all these tools, and then handed over to them. Then you might have maintain that application, or I can say operation, and whenever they have some any issues in that particular pipeline, then you have to fix it. So that's in general, yeah, we will follow. Is it clear? Hello, hello.
Yeah, I got it.
Is there any questions?
Hello.
Any questions?
I have a doubt in job schedulers because we have, although we have cluster managers, what is the specific use as job schedulers?
What is the cluster manager?
We can schedule jobs using cluster managers, right?
What is cluster manager?
It allocates resources, and it also schedules jobs to executors.
May I know who is talking?
Like resources.
May I know your name?
Hemant.
Hemant. How many years of experience you have, Hemant, or you are fresher?
Actually, I don't have experience. I am a new bike.
Got it,
Okay.
Hemant, the cluster manager won't schedule the jobs. Okay, job schedulers are the right tools to schedule our job. Okay, that is a different subject. Okay, you don't confuse it. I think you have to go through the basics of the
Oh,
Spark or basics of the Yarn.
okay.
Okay, then you come to know what is cluster manager and what it will do. Okay, right. Any questions?
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Guys, if you don't have
Yeah,
any
Naresh,
questions,
I have a question over here.
yeah,
Yeah, I have one.
your voice is breaking.
As part of extraction. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, fine, fine. Go ahead.
Is it audible?
Go ahead.
Yeah, as part of extraction from the data source from the upstream, think about I have some structured data on the from the one source and unstructured data is from different source. So in those cases, scoop can be used, right? Since scoop can be used only for structured data, right? So in
Yes.
those cases, how I can able to dump this data into HDFS,
You can use
both
Flume,
the
right?
structured and unstructured?
You can use Flume and you can use Talent.
Bloom.
Talent also you can use.
Okay, so in that case, I have to use two resources, right? So is there any one single resource I can able to use it, like a Spark?
Talent.
Can use
Talent. Talent. Talent is a very popular tool and many companies are using. Guys, actually, these are the free, right? Free training sessions. So we are using free version of Zoom. We may disconnect in 3 minutes. When we disconnect, right? Please, I request you to please join in our session 2. Okay. I hope you don't have any questions, and let me finish fast this in 2 minutes, and we'll jump into other call and we'll discuss on the rest of the topics. Okay. Okay, guys. I will take up questions in next call. You don't worry. And coming to the stream, right, is very much similar to the data processing only, but thing is, it continuously running. Okay. These whatever the tools that we generally use here will continuously run. So what maybe the stream data, right? IoTs, social media, or weblogs, or any enterprise related. Okay, if those are the we can say stream data. Okay, real time data. Okay, or stock market we can say. How we are seeing the stock market in up and down in seconds or minutes. That means that is a we can say the stream data, and on the go we are processing and showing in a visualization. There we are getting that this much percentage, this stock got increased or decreased, something like that. The B and C inverse, they might using Storm or they might using Spark streaming, okay, or any other Amazon Kinesis or any other tool they might use, okay, which will do the data processing in real time. So generally, to fetch the data from these stream sources, we generally use Kafka, is a messaging broker system, and Flume is also, it's not a cluster, but Kafka is a cluster. And some differences are there between Flume and Kafka. You just go through any videos in a YouTube. But this is just messaging, it will send data in a topics in the form of topics, and then from the topics we can say we may connect it to Spark streaming or Apache Storm. The Apache Storm and Spark streaming. Apache Storm is a real time, and Spark streaming is near real time. Okay, there may be some delay like in seconds, but Apache Storm will do on time. Okay, so I'm not much aware about Apache Storm, but still I'm just giving you an overview. Okay, and the Flink is also one of these tools where we use the stream processing and Amazon Kinesis. So generally, these are the tools we generally use to process the stream data. Again, the stream data also we may connect to Redshift, or we may connect to Snowflake, or we may load data to the any other data warehousing tools like Hadoop or Hive or Oracle, something like that. And again, I already explained this again connected to the data visualization tools. Okay, though these are data processing, and we have to use this schedulers, and these will run 24/7 as per their requirement. And nowadays Snowflake, there is an option Snowpipe. So